The artwork I'm collecting now, as opposed to when I first started with the ASD, well, I should say, when I first started with the ASD, the work I was collecting was very safe. We had a very definite agenda. We were trying to collect aesthetically pleasing, not political, not overly controversial works. And I was with the ASD for 10 years, and the department did a lot of good work, and it kind of ran its course. And now that I've retired, I'm able to collect new work that political work, work that might be considered controversial, and most of these artists I'm finding online, because when we started in the late 80s, the ASD, there was no internet widely available. There was no satellite television. And anyway, when I first started with the ASD, there was no internet, and we had to go out to galleries, we had to go to shows, we had to go, or I didn't, but my staff did, and to find these artists. And now that I've retired and I'm collecting more controversial, more political work, with the internet widely available, anybody can have a website in 15 minutes, and you would be surprised how much good bad art, or bad good art, or good art is out there. It's everywhere. And I've just found an artist, William Dean, the Taco Werewolf, in the last year or less, and his work are these kinds of pieces. This is Three Hillarys and the Hot Sauce of Hope. He hadn't been painting at all. I guess you would consider him an American folk painter. He hadn't been painting prior to this, and one day on his way home from work from a Mexican restaurant, he came home with some fresh tacos, changed into underwear, a fresh clean pair of underwear, because it was a hot Indiana summer, and he was watching a Barack Obama speech on during the campaigns prior to the election, and he felt a cold sensation in his lap and looked down to see his underwear had been ruined by a dollop of, or not ruined, but soiled by a dollop of taco sauce. And he realized at that point his life had become completely consumed with Barack Obama, tacos, and underwear. And he began painting as the Taco Werewolf. And I've been collecting his work for about a year now, and now that my collection is relatively substantial, I'm bringing him to the galleries that I consult for. And if he can get a show based on my consultation at one of these or a number of these galleries, the works will quadruple in price. For example, I have another piece, one of my personal favorites. This is the Christmas bailout of the Wall Street Fat Cats. It's a fantastic piece. As you can see, Obama's bringing them tacos and clean underwear for hope. So this never would have flown with the ASD. I would have been trumped out on the street for sure. But this kind of work now, believe it or not, is hugely popular on Wall Street. You know, anybody, especially if their company is not represented by one of the Wall Street Fat Cats, can hang this with pride, having survived, you know, economic upheaval and being a big player on Wall Street.
Do you want to get the rest of them up here? Just sort of, because we're almost, I think we have about 5 minutes left, believe it or not.
Sure. I'm not quite sure on all the titles.
Make them up.
This is Randy Moss. Apparently this painter is a big Patriots fan. He obsesses actually about how the Patriots won the same year as September 11th. Is a theme, a big theme in many of his works. You'll find references to different players, and yes, this is Randy Moss being nominated. Obama, I think the official title is Barack Obama nominates Randy Moss Secretary of Six. This forget the title, but we have Jesse Jackson, and then Obama is, I think this was taken from a photograph that was in the newspaper of him running down the beach prior to the election with his family. I'm not sure. And these are Harry Hillary supporters, and I can go back and get the artist statement. I have them all bound in a book, but I'll be certain to share those with you. And this is a Sarah Palin criticism. And as you can see, her babies all have guns and they're hunting, and her husband is a Jesus-like character. Very interesting.
Do you think that maybe on a certain level, these are maybe a little bit overtly simplistic, and do you think they're in any way racist, or is it anti-racist, or is it pointing something out? I'm not sure.
I think the Taco Werewolf, William Dean, his work is very reactionary to current headlines. He started painting with no formal training after seeing Obama speak on television, and then he fiercely took up the cause of hope, and it's a dominant theme. All his paintings have at least 3 elements: Barack Obama, tacos, and clean underwear. I don't think there's any overt racism. As a matter of fact, I have another piece, A Change of Underwear We Can Believe In, where he made the people all the different colors of the taco ingredients to symbolize the multinational, multicultural composition of our country. Prior to his, I guess, epiphany, the Taco Werewolf was just your average lower middle class white guy in Indiana, outside of Indianapolis, working in a Mexican restaurant. And his entire life had become consumed by Barack Obama, tacos, and underwear. And he knew he needed to paint. He had to express himself. He had to tell the world about the hope that he had for Obama and about the message that Obama has. And he often, in his statements about the pieces, will say, as long as there is hope and Barack Obama, then we shall triumph, or we shall overcome. As you know, with tacos and nachos to you is often how he'll sign his emails, or Go Obama.